Jordan Poulter and Haley Washington are ready to show out on their home floor. Match 1 of 3 on our weekend. League leading Atlanta faces off with the SLC. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside former national team setter Salima Rockwell. Salima, third meeting for these two teams already in this young season. It so far has been like a token novel. It has been a tale of two matches.
That it has. The first outing for these two teams, Salt Lake won 3-1, and it was an incredible performance by Ronnie Jones-Perry. She led the way with 23 kills for Salt Lake and really catapulted them to the win. Hattie Casanova was on the right side with 22 kills herself, so a huge performance on the Salt Lake side. And for Atlanta, Mackenzie Adams with only 4 kills. And it was a different story for her in the second match. Mackenzie Adams,
13 kills, 13 digs, hit 650.
Well, it was an incredible performance for her and for the entire team. A decisive win to in that match the second go around.
Tessa Grubbs closed it out there. She had 10 kills to go along with 3 blocks and that game winner as we get to our Adidas scouting report. Big news here coming in.
Well, it's really big news. We're talking about Mackenzie Adams. Can she lead the way? Well, the answer is no, because she's not starting tonight. Has an illness, has been feeling under the weather. Maybe we'll see her come in, but right now, she is not going to be on the court. So we will see if we can get the performance that you're looking for on the outside by Gia Day.
Opposites, you think are going to play a huge role?
Well, they're going to be tremendous. They're always the X factor. And for Salt Lake, you're going to see mostly Skylar Fields. Can she really step up, this young player, this energetic player? And on the other side of the net for Atlanta, it's going to be Tessa Grubbs and Danielle Catino. So totally different offenses and how they're running their offense on the right side.
Both those players have been playing at a high level, and of course Kelsey Cook, Olympic medals of every color at a high level creating for her side. She gets us underway. And right away it's Fields in row 1 on the left-hand side. She's riding a hot streak, 31 points.
Well, an incredible player that can hit high and above, over top of the block consistently.
So back to serve. Ronnie Jones-Perry, big jump serve coming from the Utah native. Powerful right away. Gia Day, did she get some hands? She went high flat, she did.
Looking for it. Love to see Fairbanks on her knees, sliding on her knees, setting that ball to the outside. She's going to be one that we're watching throughout the course of the match. The young player fresh off her college season.
Keep an eye on Danny Drews. She's been a bit of a bellwether for Salt Lake City as well. Tori Dixon in the middle, another longtime national team athlete. That's what characterized this league, is the incorporation of national heroes. Dixon back to serve, number 6. Originally out of Minnesota, started on the national team for a long time. Unfortunately, due to injury, missed Olympic Games. Outside, it's back to Day again, and right away filling Gia Day with confidence.
Well, and I love that they're passing really well, so it's allowing her some opportunities. One-on-one on the outside, hitting high hands. And we'll see how much production we're going to get out of her tonight.
This is the top passing team as Tessa Grubbs steps back to serve for Atlanta. Atlanta, 3 of the top 4 passers in terms of percentage in the entire league, as that ball is long. Pinoy, Cook, and Adams. Keep an eye on Grubbs here. That serve is a unique thing. Next time she's back at the line, we'll get into it. Fields, 81 points. Has not started and played full-time in every match. Out of the back row comes Grubbs. And that ball's out of bounds.
I love that run and that play. Passing well again, opening up that big attack. She just missed it a little bit wide.
And right away, a challenge called. Challenge system employed here. 2 challenges per team per set are available. Head coach Paulo Coco in his first season, as are all the coaches here at Love, looking for a challenge, and that one's going to go by quickly.
Yeah, that's out of bounds, and that's what they expected, but quick call, like you said.
So it remains a good start for the SLC. At home in the yellow, and on the right-hand side of your screen, the pink-clad Atlanta on the left. Fields at the line once again, the former Texas and USC standout. Targeting Day. Opportunity gained and taken That's RJP, Ronnie Jones-Perry out of the back row. As you look at Paulo Coco, the Atlanta head coach, the lefty setter back in the day, Brazilian Cup champion last year with his teams, been assistant coach in the international game since 2003 for Brazil. Deep serve, Cook, good pass. Right to Day again, and that'll be more power from Gia Day out of Baylor and originally Romeo, Michigan.
Well, and I like, you talked about it earlier, giving her confidence early, and that's going to be key for her and their entire offense, right? They're going to really stress the block, see if they can get them to bite a little bit, cheat to the outside.
6'2", played all over the world, has Gia Day. She will also bring a big jumper. And that's an ace serve. What a start for number 77.
It's a huge start. It's exactly what they needed. And Salt Lake had talked about not getting down points. That's going to be big for them, not getting in too big of a hole. They were giving up runs early in the last couple of matches.
Gia saw her first extended action in the last match, had 10 kills. Hard to judge any of her numbers because she's been in a reserve role. Back row again, Perry, and a retreating Tessa Grubbs cannot get there.
You're going to see a lot of offense out of the back row for both of these teams. They have several attackers that can hit a very quick ball out of the big attack, and expect to see that on perfect passes.
Day, good pass, Jimerson back row, that'll be dug up and chased down. Free ball coming. Cook plays it up, gets it back, goes high flat. That is signature Kelsey Cook.
Man, and I just love the tempo that Fairbanks is setting right now to the outside. There's such good rhythm, and Cook knows how to attack that ball. I talked to Fairbanks, she was talking about the different flights of the ball for all the different hitters, and she loves how they really, really can work on that, and it's much more of a, here's a system that we're running, and more setting the person that hits a specific ball.
Difficult play, lack of communication that time between Hainline and Cook. As you look at Haley Washington, number 15, going back to serve. Of course, an Olympian, best middle blocker at the Tokyo 2021 Olympics. Originally out of Colorado Springs, not too far away. Gold medalist, and picked up silver at this last Olympics in Paris, alongside Kelsey Cook, who gives for a little reset. Pinoy, nice dig. Delivered to Hainline, who just misses. So I love the mix of the players here. Hainline, a name a lot of people may not know. Gia Day, a name a lot of people may not know, but both experienced pros, setter right out of college, along with some Olympians.
It's a nice mix and a good balance of players.
Washington once again. Day, definitely the target. As has Mackenzie Adams been when she's in there, as that ball is again killed, this time down the line.
You talk about Day being a target, but she's handling it pretty well. I mean, even that pass that was off the net, that's what you call a two pass, maybe two options available. It's high enough, it's good enough to run the offense.
So if you look at the receptions by Mackenzie Adams, she is plus 45 across 5 matches from the next player on her team. So Gia Day is seeing all of that at the moment. And playing defense as well. Gia Day off to a good start. Grubbs down the line. One of the things that makes her unique.
I love that when she gets her feet to the ball, she's facing cross court, and she likes to hit this ball hard away from her body down the line. It's really hard to read, but it is her money shot, and it comes off her hands so fast.
And she only hit it off the best defender in the gym. And then an ace serve there from Fairbanks. So right away it was 4-2 SLC. They knew it was coming. We're tied at 8. Teams getting very familiar with one another in this third meeting. Fairbanks again. Ace down the line last time. This time a big shift from the receivers. And do you like that game being played?
I do. I like the game of moving the passers and cheating and covering for one another, because it's hard. You're going after a certain zone or a certain player, and then everything changes at the last minute.
Bad pass. Picked up by Hainline. Smart, small play. And a blast by Grubbs. Wow.
Watch out. There's some heat on that arm. Holy moly.
Tessa Grubbs described her right shoulder as bionic today in chatting with her. I'm going to go with confirmation of that early here in set 1. Fields looking for a touch. No touch called. Will there be a challenge? Drew's pleading her case to Tama Miyashiro, head coach.
Fields not so much, so I'm not sure we're going to get that challenge.
Fields does have a high contact point. Tough short serve and swatted back. Guess who? Gia Day.
You're going to see a lot of this serving strategy, some deep serves, then you're going to catch someone deep and then drop it in a little bit shorter and try to really move the passers in and out.
Really getting to see the depth of talent in this league right now as Mackenzie Adams, who led, there's a misconnection there to Dixon. Mackenzie Adams, who led, of course, 13 kills, hit over 600 in the last match, not available at the moment, not full steam. Put in Gia Day, and she's having herself a first set. So we've hit the technical timeout here in set one. Atlanta down early. They have become the aggressor behind the excellent hitting of Gia Day and Tessa Grubbs. The ATL trying to win their 4th straight set over Salt Lake City. League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Classic. Tickets now available for the Love Classic February 14th to 16th. Go to LOVBclassic.com for more details.
I have had so many conversations with my husband throughout the years overseas, just like, if I could play volleyball at home, like if we could live at our house and be around family and you could work and it feels like normal life and I'm playing volleyball, I could do it forever. Like it wouldn't feel that hard. And now I'm just really, really excited to be able to share in a more meaningful way with my friends and family what it is that I do.
And Ronnie Jones-Perry has been sharing excellent performances with those that she loves. 80 kills, that is first in the league entering the week.
It's a lot, and she has been, the thing about it is they're using her everywhere. You're using her out of the back row, out of the front row, and smart with where she's hitting the ball, just not in the same spot every time. I think it makes it really hard to defend.
Kojima scoops that one up. Good offense. Cook does the same on the other side. No swing to be had. Can Salt Lake City convert this one? They'll go to their opposite. Not yet. Yes. Dug a little too far from Cook. A ton of heat from Skylar Fields.
Cook right in the right spot. Fields just way over top of the block.
You said the opposite's going to be X factors.
Yes.
You should have put some fire emojis around that or something right now.
Yeah, the factors.
All caps. Jones-Perry, no top spin, and that one is gout. WCC Player of the Year in her time at BYU. Back to receive RJP. Overhead, Fields down the line, and streaking Fields is becoming easier for Poulter.
Well, and that's what she talked about earlier in practice. She said, we want to count on her consistently. I want to give her the ball more and more so she becomes more confident, so she can have as many kills as we know that she can.
Grubbs this time into the angle. So Gia Day, who passed that ball, she's 4 for 4, and Tessa Grubbs is going to be 3 of 5.
When you watch a set by Fairbanks. It's so hard to tell when she's going behind. She does it so late, and it's nearly impossible for the middles to be able to read this set. And then you've got Grubbs over there just hammering them.
And Tamamiya Shiro told us that it's very difficult to reach, that even Tori Dixon, who's one of the most experienced read blockers in the league, said this Fairbanks is really difficult.
She's good. She's really good.
She's good. Here's the frightening thing. As good as the duo has been here of Fairbanks and Grubbs, they do employ the double sub, and they will leave either of these pairs as Maddie Bug checks in alongside Danielle Catino, who's been playing her best ball.
Well, and she's a physical attacker. We're going to watch this X Factor and see how she does in this stretch.
Catino, 6'4" out of Purdue, originally out of Indianapolis. Day had all the heat. Here's a little bit of off speed for you. Way off the net. Bug, Catino, jamming it through right onto Drew's face. Drew's roll shot red. Cook has seen that one before. Day off the hands and out of bounds. That's 5 by 5.
Man, she is having a night. I think we're going to hear her name over and over again. I mean, but it was a really good job picking up the ball on the side of Atlanta, getting more swings and be patient in transition.
Over the top, Skylar Fields. So this is rapidly evolving into a Fields versus Day battle.
I expected to see some of this, but now that matchup is going to be really interesting. You know, who can slow whom down?
Catino is stuffed. That ball's still alive. That ball looked like it came off a foot. And if you're Paulo Coco, you're going to challenge that right away.
I think it was up.
Jordan Poulter was about to pick up her 3rd block of the season in that right front.
And she housed that ball, and it looks like you can see it off the right foot of Kelsey Cook. Let's see. That's up, right?
Excellent work by the Hawkeye system. 17 dedicated cameras, multiple angles. You can follow the plays, and we will get a replay.
Excellent work by Kelsey's foot. That's what I said.
She's played in Europe.
Yeah, put your foot in the right spot.
Poulter giving her a smile here off that one. Knew she had it and had all of it. That'll keep Fields at the line. 15-12 here in set 1. Benoit pushing the ball there. Elevation by Drews down the line.
Beautiful transition play. And that's the shot that we need to see more of from Drews. She likes to go hard into the angle. She likes to go sharper and sharper. And this ball down the line, she doesn't hit it often. And sometimes when she does, she misses that wide.
Catino rolls it. Nice play by Washington. Drews got around it that time, but Cook once again made a good read. Day off the block and down. Oh, Gia Day.
What's interesting about Gia, she's got all the shots, right? So you're seeing her hit high hands, you're seeing her hit inside the block, turning it off the block. And I think that's what's making her so effective right now.
Day's going to clock in 6 of 8 in this first set. Already has 1 ace. Fields going a little flat. That went out in front of her. 2 flat. Atlanta with an advantage that's growing.
Salt Lake likes to run that slide attack to pull the left side blocker and the inside C ball. Just missed it too wide.
Poulter in the left front. Salt Lake City, the team that employs the 6-2 the least in the league. Backslide. Well done by Haley Washington.
They're definitely going to need to get the middles involved, get some more offense going outside of Fields right now. See if they can close the gap here.
Washington hitting .563 on the season, but only recently getting her first start. Inside for Coutinho and the block all over it. Guess who?
Huge block by Haley Washington. And reading that play, coming all the way over, doing a really nice job reading that pass that's pushed to the right side of the court. She waits, reads, quick with her hands over.
Stopped so short on that play. Dale scoop it back to the middle point. Bug delivers the outside to Cook, and it's dug by Kojima. But then reblocked on the other side. Jimerson stepping in, the leading blocker for LOVB Atlanta.
And she just hung tight there, waiting for this ball and this whole play to develop in the middle of the court, anticipating that pipe attack.
Picks up her 16th block. She's 3rd league-wide and leading her team. Playing at home, LOVB Atlanta, the Sugar Hill, Georgia native. Jones-Perry tries to go hard, is covered but out of bounds. Coutinho next to Hainline.
Coutinho is all the way over. I mean, she's just completely surrounding that ball. I mean, we've got that view at the net here right now. There was no chance that ball was getting past her.
Danielle Coutinho, who was once cut in middle school in 8th grade, said, I started playing volleyball because I didn't want to do the off-season conditioning for basketball. That was my main motivation to remain with the sport. And she's made adjustments several times, position by position. Started in the middle, went to outside, then went to opposite her first year professionally. She's been an excellent presence for this team, as has Gia Day in this first set.
Well, Gia Day, we talked about her range and what she's been providing for them offensively. They're attacking her from the service line, which is hard enough, right? So now she's passing every single ball, and she's still getting it done from the offensive side. Not just on the left side, out of the back row, and on the right side as well. But I think she's really, really smart. She sees the block well. She knows when to hit high hands and how to move the ball around. So really big performance, a crucial one so far for Gia Day.
6 kills in the first set. She's 6 of 8. For those of you who aren't really good at math, that's 750. And that's an exceptional number, especially for a pin attacker. Washington again getting streaked a bit and responding along with the home crowd.
And Washington manage all of those sets. A set that's coming from way off the net might even be a little bit behind her. He'll take a look at this slide attack. She reaches back, but she knows how to snap that ball down in the court.
Good news, the kill there for Washington. Bad news for her side, she's to the back row. Cook, beautiful delivery from Bug, her roommate. And then slapped back down. Dixon and Poulter at the net.
Well, let's not forget, at the size of Jordan Poulter, such a physical blocker, she can get in the way of a lot of swings. She can soft block, stuff block. This is a big blocker for a setter on the outside.
Yeah, 6'2" Poulter, originally out of Aurora, Colorado. Along with her Colorado native here, Haley Washington out of Colorado Springs. Those two cities about 30 minutes apart. And played at the University of Illinois, did #1 there. Jordan Poulter, who has a pair of Olympic medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, and what has become the golden age of the women's national team.
It's been incredible, the women's national team, watching them develop over time, and this group that has moved from Olympics to Olympics and what they've been able to do as a unit has been incredible. Jordan Poulter, of course, coming back for that second Olympics after a knee injury. And talked to her a couple of weeks ago. She said, hey, I'm in the best shape I've been in a long time. It's taken her a while to get back there after her injury, but now I think we're seeing that out of her in this league.
19-17. Washington can have a deadly serve. A lot of movement on it. Going short. Hainline, smartly done. And Coutinho gets the kill. This is something that Paulo Coco puts a tremendous amount of focus on with serve and pass. He has everyone handle the ball in reception as well as setting.
Well, and it's so important because you see at the high level of serving, they drive it deep, they'll drop it short, but everyone has to be able to do that and attack.
Kayla Hainline told me this morning, middle blockers can pass.
She sure did.
Yeah.
When we were over there trying to pepper her pass.
Proof positive on that last play. Hainline stepping off. Double sub back in, so the starters are in. Fairbanks returns, along with Grubbs, outside. And it's a block right away. Grubbs and Hainline. Remember, Grubbs, 3 stuff blocks a match ago against SLC.
And I really like this double sub because of the size of the block, because of how high they can attack over top as well.
Tamamiya Shiro, Defensive Player of the Year, silver medalist herself at the Olympic Games. Joined the women's national team as a coach in 2017. She has 3 Grand Prix titles. Those that don't know, that's the predecessor to what became VNL. It was the women's side was Grand Prix. She worked with the national team. She's worked in Stuttgart in Germany with a championship there, as well as Athletes Unlimited, and now here in Love. Another kill from the opposite position, and it's Grubbs once again.
And the offense is, I mean, it's really exceptional right now on the side of Atlanta. They were hitting over 400 right before that first time out, and now still in the high 300s.
Yeah, 4 of 6 is Grubbs. Tori Dixon with the annihilation.
Tori Dixon is one of the best at finding gaps in the block. You watch her as she moves along the net. The zone will move with her just a little bit because she sees what's open and then just expects the setters to get it right to her.
Jones Perry trying to put a little pressure on the receive. Can't do it this time. Perfectly done. Block is there. Good move by Dixon. That one through the seam from Cook out of the back row. The ball handling for Atlanta continues to carry their success.
In every way. It's serve receive, it's covering, it's when they dig, it's high, and there's always an option, at least 2 options, if not 3 options on the side of Atlanta.
Mainline owner of 5 aces herself down the line. Cook, perfect dig, spot on. Grubbs converts it. Boy, Atlanta is just given no room for Salt Lake here in set 1.
They are rolling, and having Kelsey Cook back there just eating everything up, I mean, that's a difference maker, right? A perfect dig on a huge swing.
Yeah, looking at those outside hitters and what they can do on the Love Atlanta side. You're looking at a couple of hitters that are digging into the 30s and just providing opportunity after opportunity for their hitters. So set point upcoming after the second Salt Lake City timeout taken here at 24-19. Mentioned that last match, 25-22, 25-22, 25-20, a complete control effort from Atlanta just a week ago on their home floor, and they've continued that trend here in set 1.
Well, and Salt Lake's going to need some production from the left sides, and they're getting a little bit, but Ronnie Jones-Perry is only at 2 kills right now. Danny Drew's only at 1 kill. I mean, that's problematic. They have to get some production from their left side attackers to have a chance.
Tough serve from Hainline. Trying to put this first set to bed. Left for Cook, covered by Day. Drew's trying to keep him alive, and she does just that. Second set point upcoming for Atlanta.
Well, that's a great swing. That swing is at the right time. When you've got all the blockers coming in, it's going to skip out of bounds on the inside of the court.
Washington back in the front row, Dixon at the line. Day delivered to Jimerson, and that will do it. How do you put a first set to sleep? Softly.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Tia Jimerson, Gia Day, Tessa Grubbs, and the women in pink were dominant in the first set. Celebration is on. Atlanta leads 1-0. Back inside the Maverick Center, a lethally efficient 25-20 performance by Atlanta to open this match. Part of that was Danielle Coutinho. And interesting enough, with any of the women that make professional volleyball their career, it's sometimes coming at the cost of balancing the positives of positive physical features for volleyball that may not be positive physical features in real life sometimes. And it comes down to some of the features of the women. Danielle Coutinho said that her coach, Dave Shondell, said, "You have huge hands." I love that about you. And Danielle said, "I don't know if I want to be described as having huge hands." Salim Rockwell, you know something about this.
Okay, so what are you saying? I have huge hands? I have ginormous hands.
Yeah, okay.
So but I understand that balance. I understand that balance because my brother used to make fun of me when we'd take pictures. I mean, seriously, like,
you got me covered.
Right.
You got me covered.
Yeah, it's bad. But I would hide my hands when we would take pictures when I was little because my hands were so big. But then I became a setter, and they served me well. And I could block balls because look at my hands. I would block all the balls.
So it's a learning experience just to deal with coming of age of who you are?
It really is. I mean, you have to say, hey, what are my strengths? What am I all about? Be confident in yourself. And then you understand, like, hey, this is a really good thing. I'm not afraid of my hands.
I'm going to put that on your tombstone. Outside to Fields. She'll get a kill. And Salt Lake City trying to rebound here in the second set. What can they do against an Atlanta team that's handling the ball at the level they are?
They absolutely have to serve tougher. They have to take some chances. Tama Miyashiro said in a previous match, their errors were too low. But their error percentage, she wants them to go for it because they have to, or they're going to run them over offensively.
Well, Drew's making her mark there, taking away the line from the 17 on the other side. Danny Drew's leading blocker for Salt Lake City. That'll be her 12th.
Well, she always gets in the right spot. Very good vision. Nice job getting her across the net. But this ball was a little bit off the net. That's what they have to do.
Do you go right back? No, you don't. Middle, Jimerson, success. Another name people may not know, Tia Jimerson. Those 15 blocks goes along with a .382 hitting percentage and 33 kills, first out of the middle.
Well, she's so fast. She's up quick. Her arm's always up and available, so she's always ready to go, and I think that's why she's so effective.
Reminds me a lot of Chiaka Obagu of Austin.
Yes, fast, off the floor.
Outside Drews. Just wide, the way I saw it. Tremendous contact, and I think we might have a challenge. Indeed, everyone's signaling for that. Right away.
I think Cook told him, don't do it.
Cook told him it was in.
It was in. It was in.
Yeah, 3 players were going for it. So a straight down crush for number 17, Danny Drews. Scooped outside, day off. Drews will scoop that one. And some options coming into view for Salt Lake City.
Well, they're moving the ball around a little bit more. We talked about Drews has to hit the ball down the line. They have to diversify their offense a little bit, get the slide attack going. So that's what Salt Lake's doing right now, coming out with a lot of energy.
Long back slide and a little bit too long on the swing from Jimerson, about 1.5 feet out.
Right now, Salt Lake has momentum currently 5.
Skylar Fields for the other side has 6 kills on 12 swings. As Dixon goes to the line, Drews with 3 kills, hitting .290, and that's a good sign. If Drews can be around 300, Salt Lake's going to find some success.
They just need production, so they're hitting well. They were hitting over 300, but they didn't have as many kills. Atlanta doing a nice job digging the ball. They just have to up their kill production.
Day going jump serve. This time down the line, and it's another ace. One in the angle, one straight ahead.
Well, and that's what she's been doing, trying to move this ball around, either attacking a certain passer with right now, not just serving to zone 1, but actually attacking Drews right now.
Should I just write it down right now? Player of the match, Gia Day?
I like it. Can we do that? Probably not allowed.
I have a lot of power.
That's not us.
Not that much.
You have
3
no
aces now. Gia Day, 6 kills, hitting .600, and has put 3 aces on the other side as well, along with getting served nearly every ball. 5-5. Kojima puts this one 20 feet high. Roll shot, Grubbs all over it. Where's it going? Outside? No. Back row to Day. Will have to throw it. Washington showing you some of those skills that made her the best blocker on the planet in 2021 Tokyo.
Seeing it coming out of the really good job reading the setter. She's watching her, you watch her eyes right until contact and sees the attack.
Got to catch her dad. He's in the stadium here in New Jersey, I bet.
Yeah, we'll find him.
They have a big crew here this weekend as Grubbs comes out of that back row. That's something you're starting to see more and more with on the women's side of the game. Run the opposite down that pipe.
And I love it because they can do both. You know, traditionally it was just over on the right side of the court. And now there's opening things up, especially when you have an effective slide attacker. You can use the opposite out of the pipe.
Slide, that's that middle blocker running the slide. Jimerson, you saw her doing that. She'll now serve. Salt Lake losing the serve and receive battle for the moment, and can't lose the blocking battle too.
Well, and that's one thing that Fields will continually get better at, but that high ball out of system is tough to track from all the way across the court and be effective on the right side.
Yeah, Fields being asked to clean up a lot of swings here as the passing for Salt Lake is struggling. That's a better one there, and a better result indeed.
On that connection, just from playing together forever, from playing together in the Olympics, Poulter and Washington know each other so well. She's all the way running across the court and still can feel her middle blocker.
Cook outside, soft touch, opportunity here, Salt Lake. No, two players there. Cook calls everyone off and feeds Day, who's blocked by the three-woman block. You mentioned Poulter at 6'2".
Well, and it makes sense. You saw Cook come under, so now at that point, you only had one attacker. All three blockers reading the play. That's why they're pitched in for the block.
Salt Lake City on top. Fairbanks for Cook, and that's a souvenir into the media table. 8 up. Fairbanks has one ace, originally out of Tustin, California. Part of the rise of Pitt. Another bad pass for Salt Lake. Free ball opportunity. Hainline takes it. And that's kind of the service story. Now, the aces aren't going to tell all of it, but coming in, Salt Lake City had 22 aces on the season, but they're -5 to their opponents. On the other side, Atlanta, 31 aces, leading the league as a team, plus 14.
That's crazy.
Not only are they serving tough, they are not giving anything up.
That's a huge difference. Huge.
And that roll shot will find donuts, courtesy of Haley Washington, tomorrow for the Salt Lake team. And I want to ask you about that. So in the practice gym for Atlanta, their tough serving, is that creating their good passing?
Without question. I mean, when you feel it every single day, you got heat coming at you consistently, it makes it really, really hard to pass, but gets you better, gets you so much better.
Atlanta's showing you how good they are. They lead 10-8. Timeout called by Salt Lake City. They're still on the defensive.
I am Jordan Poulter. I am one of the setters on the Salt Lake City Love team. It feels fun to discover the city and go without any plan and just ride. What's crazy is I've never had an off season to be able to do all the things that I'm doing outdoors. It feels like a hotbed for professional sports, and everyone's excited to support, and who knows what kind of a ripple effect that can have on the community, let alone the girls who already play volleyball. So just a lot of gratitude.
And we talked to Jordan Poulter just about living in the United States and being able to live a life and play volleyball. It's so different for all of these athletes that have been playing overseas for so long, and how unique it is and how much they appreciate it. It's been such a welcome thing for all of these players to be able to go home, go to practice, go to work, and then go to a coffee shop.
A lot of comfort for a lot of women that have been all over the planet for a long time. Short serve finds the cable and not enough to crawl over the top of it. It is for a generation, for every generation of American players, male and female, mind-blowing to even consider what's going on here.
It's crazy. It's awesome. I mean, I talked about this before in a pro league ages ago. It lasted one season, and we just couldn't sustain it. And now we're seeing this level of volleyball and all these young women that get a chance to watch all their heroes from college, from the Olympics, play in the LOVB Professional Volleyball League in their cities. I mean, it's just incredible.
Ronnie Jones-Perry collects her third kill. They'd like to see their pins get going. 10-all, but the momentum of the match still seems to belong to Atlanta. Day, perfect pass. Grubbs, oh, she fills that corner. There's no stopping what can't be stopped.
You know, and she has such a unique arm. We talked about her shoulders. She's got that long, high reach, and her arm doesn't really come back. It's just stiff and long. When you watch it, it makes it hard to defend. Very difficult to defend.
That ball goes over and down. Skylar Fields. Look at Tessa Grubbs, MVP and best scorer in the Swiss League the last 2 seasons. She said it rejuvenated my volleyball career. I found a home in Switzerland. I miss my friends there. I miss being there. I really love being a part of that team and being in that place. And she maybe would love to go back. At the end, she says, if I'm ever not up to the level that I'm at right now, I probably wouldn't play, but if I was still going to play, I would want to go back to Switzerland for one more season.
Well, I get it. I mean, and she loved doing that and playing overseas, but now she has a chance to be here. So lots of different experiences and value in all the leagues.
Fields doing so much work to keep her team in it now. 8 kills, hitting over 300 is Skylar Fields, and she just continues the role that she's had. 2-time Offensive Player of the Week last 2 weeks. RJP, service line. Blast way long. So the service game continues to go Atlanta's way. Right now, on the Salt Lake side, in terms of service, that'll be the 4th error, 0 aces. And the story on the other side for Atlanta is 3 errors and 4 aces.
Yeah, that's the difference. You want to take chances, but you have to be ripping the ball in the court, get an ace or 2 here and there, and that's what you're not seeing from Salt Lake yet, but they are taking some chances now from the service line.
First trip in for the double sub here in set number 2. Danielle Coutinho in, Maddie Bug as well. And they will sub in on the other side as well. They'll bring Claire Hoffman in. And she will immediately be targeted and aced. So Maddie Bug picks up her first ace and the team's 5th through a set and a half. Yeah, I saw you grit your teeth there with that 5. The coach in you is getting a little upset.
Yeah, getting a little uncomfortable. I don't like it.
Selima Rockwell, if you don't know, head coach at Notre Dame currently, following her playing career and then coaching Penn State, Texas, and now the head for the Fighting Irish.
Go Irish.
Look good in green. Dixon to the line. Her team only down 1. Coutinho throws it into the block, tries to reset, but Washington is having nothing of the resets.
Well, and that's been the biggest difference. Salt Lake's block has really stepped up. You see several blocks in this set, and that's why the hitting percentage and the kill percentage has gone down for Atlanta.
Haley Washington, the primary blocker, has 3 now, but not that time. Jimerson works her way around the ball and down. I love the exposure a lot of women are getting that maybe you don't know. Played for Ohio State, good program, but maybe not on your radar all the time. Tia Jimerson playing overseas in Hungary, Portugal, and Germany, working her way forward to a starring role here. Fields blocked. You love the energy of this side, don't you?
I mean, they're having so much fun and they're celebrating each other. I mean, that's what you see. Cook in the perfect spot and everyone running towards her. I mean, that's when you know you have really good chemistry, really good team dynamic.
Day been doing damage from here. Not this time. A little inside out, too much out.
We'll take it.
Again, that's the balance you talk about, the ace to error ratio. That's fine. They've been 5 aces at this point, 5, 6 aces, and then those 4 or 5 errors. That's about where you want to be.
So now double sub in on the other side. Haiti Casanova checking in the Cuban national in her 11th pro season, along with the setter Tamaki Matsui, number 2. The underutilized 6'2", SLC looking for answers. Catino is going to keep them questioning themselves. No, not this time, just a little bit long.
Well, let's not forget, in the first meeting, Casanova had 22 kills against Atlanta, so we'll see if she can produce something here for Salt Lake and help them out in this game.
Second meeting, though, 1 for 9, Haiti. Much different experience. Net violation is going to save that one for Atlanta. Perhaps a key point. That would have been Salt Lake City taking their first lead since 8-7. Instead, it's Atlanta 17-16 here. Kevin Barnett alongside coach and former national team setter Salima Rockwell. Casanova rejected. Again rejected in the middle. That ball's still good, but work being done by Catino on the help.
Well, and seeing that play coming, it's hard when they run such a fast, pretty fast ball to the outside. Catino starts in that bunch block, so she's there waiting. Here's the first block. See her stay home, wait for Washington to get set, and helps out.
Former middle blocker, former outside hitter. Now opposite. Those middle blocker skills never go away. What a dig by Day. But it's just wide.
Haley Washington doing her thing in the middle. A love-counting athlete, the former NCAA champ with Penn State.
Give it up again.
Another Utah native, Danny Drews. Both she and her mom played for Beth Lanier at Utah, right here in downtown Salt Lake. Hainline. Doug. Blast down the line. That one's good. So the play extended from Manami Kojima, another Olympian for Japan, who, boy, a clean ball hit her way is just about as good as a free ball.
It really is. It's right on the money. It doesn't move around. Offense still in system, and that's exactly what you want.
Quick trip for the 6-2 there, side out, side out, side out, and back around come Fairbanks and Grubbs looking to close out the second set. They're 6 away from a 2-0 lead. Tip picked up. Pinoy cleverly done underneath the net. There's Casanova. Salt Lake could utilize that.
Well, and if they can handle the ball, they can stress the block a little bit because she's not high and over. She's not like Fields where she's going high deep in the court. She just moves it around, has pretty good vision, and if she can get the splits in the block, that's what's going to allow her to score.
Washington at the line. They've been picking up some points here. Have Salt Lake with number 15 serving. And they do it again. This time it's Tori Dixon all by herself.
Dixon with a really nice read out of the middle of the court. And talks about the block really heating up on the side of Salt Lake. And they're doing a nice job, really predicting where the offense is going, watching the setter well.
Row 1. Left front Grubbs, right front Cook. Grubbs taking out the trash. You got a hefty bag, throw it in there. We got the recycling over here. Grass clippings in the green bin. Tessa Grubbs got it all for you.
Yeah, it's funny, she said she likes that same shot she hits on the right side, kind of with that thumb down on the left side. That's her natural swing.
Good touch here, Pinoy dig. Grubbs right side this time. That is not going down on Kojima. That kill is going down though for RJP.
She just hammers her way through that block. The block was a little bit soft on top. The last few swings, you could see it completely locked out over the net. This one was a little bit high.
20 apiece, it's a race to 5. Flow of the play to the right. Snap over the top. Cannot be corralled. A little gooseneck for you.
And that's the shot she said she's working on, that one that goes across her body instead of turning that one down the line.
Second next fans, get loud, let me hear you.
Main line misses. That's a relief for SLC. Remember that serving story? That'll be the 6th error, but it's against 5 aces for Kayla Hainline and Atlanta.
Well, that's tough. You know, if you're driving the ball deep and really bombing it, going after it, maybe a jump serve, you know, you can afford those misses. But after 20, you don't want to serve a short one into the net.
Claire Hoffman will check back in. Missed down the line looking for the touch, and she got it. So there's that matchup. Line was open, then the line was closed. Big block by Drews. Now working off the hands goes Grubbs.
And she, now that she has all of those options, and that's what she said. Again, she's developing all of her shots, not just that one, so she can do that, go back and forth when the block shows up or leaves her an opportunity.
And you see that 6-2 going around and around. Remember, 8 substitutions. You can come and go. It's free and open. As Atlanta misses another serve, and the coach inside, Salima, dies a little bit more.
Just a little bit. That's tough. And this is where you have to be dialed in and tough at the end of these sets. I mean, those errors can happen in those moments.
Day, inside dug by Poulter. Drews looking for the conversion. No, not yet. Panoy will leave it for Catino. Look at that, Tori Dixon. Got it! From Deuces Wild. Tori Dixon and SLC take an ace to 23. That'd be a card, not the actual play.
I got you.
Timeout, Atlanta.
It won gold at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and was voted world champion MVP. Welcome to Love Volleyball, Kim.
23-22. This is a moment you have to seize, and that's proven true throughout league play. You can't let things go by.
You can't let them go by, and it's really the unforced errors. You have to find that balance between being aggressive, attacking the block, all of those things. And who's going to step up? I mean, you see Dixon digging that ball. I mean, that's a huge play by a middle blocker in the left back. Experience.
Atlanta on the defensive for the first time in the match. Good pass, delivery to Jimerson, who puts it down.
That's the second time Jimerson has come right to left, drifting in that way, and then turns it back inside the block. Very good vision and nice swing by Jimerson.
Last meeting between these two teams, every time SLC pushed, ATL responded. Day killing it from the service line. Chips this one. Through the block and down goes Drews, and it will be a set point. Big moment here.
I love how Drews is really exposing the line. She's been hitting a lot more line tonight than we've seen recently.
Timeout called by Atlanta.
Salt Lake leads 24-23.
Okay, Love fans, I know we have a lot of volleyball players in the house tonight.
Paulo Coco will talk to his side. And Talamia Shira will try and get things dialed in on the other side. And actually, it's Jordan Poulter doing a lot of work there. And I love that. I love the players initializing.
And well, it's the best, and they have the experience. You know, they've been in those big moments. Won gold medals, won a silver medal. They know what it's like in big moments at the end of matches, and Poulter's going to go in there, talk to her team about it, and lead them to finish this set.
Think back to Wednesday's action and the battle that was 33-31 in that first set. Houston coming out with the victory. It figured prominently in the overall win for the Houston side. Fields for the set. That was back row, and it will be 1-1. So So Maddie Bug, who was back row trying to get a hold of that ball, touched it and it went over. So that is an illegal contact from a back row player above the level of the net. And what that means is we are tied at 1 set apiece in this best of 5, and a little bit of smile and relief on the Salt Lake City side. Their first victory in 5 sets against Atlanta. A tightly contested second set here in Salt Lake City turns into a deuce set victory for Salt Lake City and Haley Washington. Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell. Salima, one of the real pleasures of this job is getting to watch women come out of college and continue their professional career and watch them grow off the court as well. Haley Wash is pretty excited about a new old relationship.
Well, she said she had a friend that she kind of dated 6 years ago, I believe it was. He's a Estonian, and she said they rekindled some relationship thing just recently in the last 6 months.
Over the summer?
But it's been really cool because she's like, you know, I feel like we've been dating for 6 years, even though we haven't been. I've known him for so long, and it's been really nice. He is a city planner. He's a nerd, just like she is, a self-proclaimed nerd. An aspiring hockey player. I would love to be a backup goalie in the NHL.
So our third set is underway. Certainly being here in the States, allowing many of these women to continue their home and family lives. Ronnie Jones-Perry, married to Todd, high school sweethearts. And Ronnie Jones-Perry said, hey, playing overseas, I did not get the chance to have Sunday night dinners with my family. I didn't get a chance to go camping and hunting. This is what we do.
Yep.
And having that now in her world along with volleyball has been a life-changing event. Good pass this time, delivered to her setter. Tip over the top, Hainline playing some D. Middle blockers can pass and play defense to create opportunities for the outsides. All All right, you were watching some numbers here. We said the coach inside you was dying, but it's not dead. What did you see between sets?
Well, you know, the biggest thing I saw was really at the end of the sets. First of all, Salt Lake's block, I said that a couple of times, really started to make a difference. But they were able to slow down Atlanta a little bit. Day really slowed down, neutralized. You know, she has 6 kills at this point, and I think she had maybe 5 going into that set. So neutralized her, which made a big difference, but it was also the serving right at the end of the sets. So you're looking at the
they were missing.
Yes, missing. That's the crucial piece at the wrong times.
Soft block from Jimerson, up from Cook, isn't quite high enough. Yeah, those 6 kills, it was 6 kills on 9 attempts in the first set for Day, so she was 0 kills in the second.
So, I mean, that's a huge difference because she was hot, playing well, and now we're going to see as they go back and forth, that Day can pick it back up, see if she can get some more offense for Atlanta. But really, it's the end of the set. How tough can you be and controlled and in focus?
If you got your focus dialed, you're seeing a lot of Danny Drews in your rearview mirror.
That is the other thing that has made a big difference. She's really stepping up as well. We saw her hit a few balls down the line, and now she's hitting that one high cross court. So Drew's moving the ball around.
Yeah, Drew's still hitting a torrid 450. And getting a block. What a cover by Day. The little things mattering as that one's put through the hands. Now that won't show up in the stats as anything other than a cover. What a play by Gia Day.
That's unreal. Anyone in the country that plays on the left side needs to take note of that play. That's what you need to do when you're watching away from the ball. I'm covering, I know where it's going, and I'm going after it.
Grubbs trying to get going from the service line with that crazy hybrid, but so far, more errors than aces.
She talked about if she doesn't hit it hard, it doesn't feel right. It's when she makes actually the most errors. She just has to rip that thing. That's when she gets on it well.
Skylar Fields, 8 kills, down in percentage recently, 220. Jimerson finds hands and success. That ball long out of bounds, and the tight volleyball action continues here into set 3, 5-4, visiting Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta passing well again, getting back in their offense, where they can run Jimerson on that slide.
Day, 3 aces. RJP, perfect pass. Cook tries to throw it in for a reset, and it finds the net. This is our first match of the weekend with Love here in Salt Lake City. Thanks for being with us here at the Maverick Center. We have a doubleheader coming tomorrow. Madison taking on Atlanta in match number 1, and then Salt Lake is going to try and take down Omaha, who's coming off a loss to Atlanta in that second match of the day. RJP dug up Pinoy, good spot. Kojima also right there, but dug a little too far.
You watch both liberos, first Pinoy and then Kojima. Unbelievable defense. This one just got a little bit away from her, and Poulter wasn't sure exactly where that ref stand was. She knows she could have gotten that ball.
Washington, terminal.
Poetry in motion right there. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. Perfect timing. She knows exactly where she's going to be, moves it around the blocker.
Haley Washington writes essays. We'll have to check in on the poetry side of things. I'm going to go with a yes, just as a guess. Haley Washington writes poetry.
For sure.
Overhead, Grubbs, back row. Got it. Grubbs now, 15 kills. That'll do.
I mean, that's huge. We talked about the X factors on the right side of the court, the opposites. How good are the opposites going to be tonight?
Long delivery to Dixon, and a late arriving Hainline will get credit for that.
You take that. Hey, and when you're late, all you need to do is shape your hands, be in control, not reach. You can see this ball coming over the late block, finishes towards the middle of the court.
Off Cook, off Hainline to the ground. And more service errors here, piling up for Atlanta, who was playing almost perfect volleyball in the first set with that 25-20 victory. Second set was tied at 20. Paulo Coco watched errors cost his team that set. And we've arrived 1-1 here in the third. Glad you're with us. Kojima, perfect dig. That set too tight. Grubbs got another one. Oh man, Tessa Grubbs, 16 kills. It's all about the sevens tonight.
It is 77, 17.
7-7-7. Get one more one, you're 7-11. Cook, Doug, and that one put away by Day.
You know what's interesting? You talk about matchups, and I know this isn't it wasn't an intended matchup, but Cook in the middle back, digging fields when she's in row one, or even when she's on the right side of the court, has been incredible. Cook is in the right spot every single time on fields.
Another opportunity. Cook will deliver that one perfectly. Overhead, Grubbs, angle winner. 17 kills, matching her jersey number.
And again, you want to take Grubbs, wait for that turn back down the line, so they might start a little bit wider than they'd like to, and then now she's hitting that ball sharp inside the block.
Salt Lake in a little bit of trouble here. Another scoop from Cook. And another kill on the outside. It has to be timeout time. And in fact, it doesn't matter because it's going to be the technical timeout. Perhaps fortunate for Salt Lake City that it ran to 12-7. Tamamiya Shiro on her side again on the defensive. Atlanta, Kelsey Cook, perfect so far in the third.
Hey, do you need a hand? Yeah. How many you got left? 2. Okay. Up. Okay, that's it, that's it. You said 2 more. You can do it. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. You're so close, so close. Oh, nice. Whew. Thank you. Oh, well done. I barely touched that. Yeah. Nice to meet you, though.
Fans getting a chance to love professional volleyball here in Salt Lake City, cheering for Atlanta as that crew there. Tessa Grubbs, 17 kills, hitting .652 to go along with a block. What a start for this woman who loves her cat.
She
All
does.
about Tilly. Meet Tilly. This is how Tilly greets you, apparently, at the door. Any stranger, come on, pet my belly.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and you know, a little floppy ear.
What's going on with the ear?
Shook her head a little too hard
Uh-oh.
as a youngster and ended up with a floppy ear. And this is just part of playing in the United States. Having your pets with you is an incredible comfort, but also helps you define yourself not just by the volleyball, which can happen overseas. You can live or die by just your plays in that practice, in that match. And maybe right here is another block is picked up by Grubbs alongside Hainline. And that's a bad place to be, defining yourself by the sport alone.
Well, it's a really bad place to be, but we're all guilty of it. At some point in your life, that's who you are. You play volleyball, that's what you do, you identify with it, and then you realize there is more to me. There has to be more to me. This is what I do, it's what I love. You know, and a lot of players have said that they've found that when they've gone overseas, come back here, and now it's like, man, who am I? I love who I am, and I'm not just a volleyball player. It's not everything that defines me.
Yeah, Grubbs got that last block, and then that's going to be an error out of that by RJP, and the lead grows. A little double-up action here in set number 3. 14-7. Looking for a solution. More digs from 23. And more kills from 77. That has become, if you're scoring at home, that's going to be 23, 12, 77 for the point.
It's crazy. I mean, Cook is back there just reading everything, gobbling everything up in the middle back. She'll be going straight down the line here to Perry.
Setter switch, Matsui on, and there's a side out on the retreating Day, who nearly had it as the off blocker.
Day was still moving a little bit, still getting back to her position and not stopped on that play.
Hoffman in again for Ronnie Jones-Perry. Serve and pass. See Perry across the front row, working on Day, overhand here. Nice approach, looking for hands. Not this time.
For this set to go behind, I think I'd go on the right side of the court right now.
Perfect pass. Results in a middle kill for Hainline. And that's what you tell your receivers. You tell them, listen, pass first.
That's it.
Don't get into the, I'm going to hit. You got to deliver the ball.
Got to take care of the first play first. Absolutely.
Tough serve. Hoffman in that roll. Makes a play. Long overhead to Grubbs, and a net violation has Tessa Grubbs at 18 kills.
Take a look at that pass. Handling the pass, it doesn't matter if you're down, you've got to take care of the ball first, and that's why they were able to side out.
Right, and that was a point ago. Now 26 receptions for Gia Day, who stepped in as a late scratch. Came into focus for Mackenzie Adams, and Gia Day has been nothing short of up to the task as we have a challenge called by Salt Lake City. Looking for a net fault. The net is moving in some fashion.
Is it on the way up? Watch Dixon, let's see.
Yeah, it's not truly visible.
As she makes her move here. Oh, that's Atlanta.
Yeah, the collision Atlanta.
Yep.
On the far side, you see Jimerson jumping down on top of Fairbanks.
And pushes her in the net.
Good catch by Salt Lake City. Is that just what they needed? So now everyone will check their rotations to make sure they're in the right spot, coming off of that rather odd reversal. Nice catch by Tamami Ashiro, eagle-eyed to see that one. And we rewind the score, 17-9. And the offense continues clicking. Jimerson picks up another kill out of the middle. And that is 6 for her, hitting north of 500.
You've got to be so impressed with how Fairbanks is running this offense. Again, one of the younger players in this league has to run the show for one of the teams on a complete upswing. 4 wins in a row for Atlanta with Rachel Fairbanks at the helm.
And Jimerson, for those who've been shouting at your TV, playing at Ohio University, not at Ohio State. My mistake. Another one of those players who's really made a name for herself, become a professional, and now coming home for a U.S. audience to enjoy. Another exceptional performance by number 14 in pink. Day, this time bad pass. Salt Lake City needs one. Roll shot's not going to do it. Lays it off for Cook, who puts it in the fire. Right in the middle of the court.
That's the experience. I mean, you know what's happening in transition. You understand where the off blockers are. It's a little bit of a stretch here, a ball that's a little bit too far in front of her. Perfect spot by Kelsey Cook.
And Washington getting a little bit frustrated with her team, unable to get on the positive side of momentum here. Now 19-10, timeout called by Salt Lake City. Remember, they did not have to use their first timeout as the lead stretched to 12-7. We hit the technical in Salt Lake City. So Telemi Ashiro trying to get some positivity into her players here. I bet that was a non-volleyball message right there.
I would imagine so. I mean,
non-skill message.
This has just gotten out of control. It's gotten away from them, and there's so many things to talk about, but it's really about keeping your focus.
Coco on the other side, Paolo Coco, part of the level of coaches that are present in this league. And you had a little chat with Rachel Fairbanks. She said it goes from Yoko Zetterlund, assistant coach, former national team setter in the United States, to Rachel, to a bunch of feedback.
It's incredible. I mean, and they're so fortunate to have Coco on the staff. I mean, all of this entire staff, so much experience, and she loves how she's being coached right now. It's been really, really good for her and her transition into this league.
Block covered. The block is just frustrating Salt Lake City. And continues to. Day with the defense this time. And finally a miss from Grubbs, who immediately says, my fault. That's it, sub her out.
That's it?
That's it. Just the third error, second hitting error, one block against 17 kills on 24. As look who's in. Mackenzie Adams coming in for a little passing support across the back row. Day has definitely cooled off a bit. 9 kills on 19. Still a really nice performance, along with doing a whole bunch of little work. Adams immediately served, and they run the middle.
Good on Adams, being able to come in, handle that ball coming right towards her.
And that substitution may have cost Atlanta here. They have a rotation question. So no side out. There was a rotational error in that reception. Cook will take care of that. Now Jimerson back to serve. Instead of it being 2011, it's 2012.
A perfect tempo ball out there to Cook, who just blasts as hard as she can, high and flat.
Oh, and Jimerson had a couple of words, and so now we'll have a yellow card. Now Jimerson picks up the yellow card, and she will walk it off briskly.
She is not happy at all.
I like the fire. Washington, take it to the beach. Roll shot for the winner.
So good. You rarely see a roll shot on a slide attack or on a middle attack. Beautifully placed.
And here's the energy. Dump is good right in front of Washington.
Smart play. Got the middle blocker back there serving. The ball's a little bit tight, but Fairbanks has a very good feel of what's going on the other side of the net.
That fell off a shelf. Ace serve for Fairbanks.
Yeah, it's kind of a mid-zone serve where they want to drive it to drop right in front of the passer. Very difficult to pass.
Second ace for Fairbanks. First one in a while for the Atlanta side. 6th in the match. But they piled up those other 5 in that first set and early in the second. They have totally taken control here in the third. If you're coaching right now on the other side, Paolo Coco is going to continue coaching here, but what if you're Telemi Ashiro? What if you're Jordan Poulter right now? What do you need to focus your team on immediately?
Immediately, it's a little more energy, a little more connection. They've lost a lot of that vibe right now. It feels a little bit disjointed. Of course, it always starts with the pass. As soon as they can handle the pass and get in some kind of rhythm, because right at this point, I mean, they can close it, but it's so far away from them. They have to get some momentum moving into the next set.
trying to go back short. Dixon handles it. That ball goes untouched and goes long. And it's late in the set. Why not? You have the challenges. Go ahead and use them. Tama Miyashiro. Now, you might be waiting for Tama Miyashiro to inspire her team by going full tear-offs with her pants. I think that would be a moment. I think that might rally everyone.
It would rally everyone.
But I checked with Tama before the match, and she said they're actually just kind of throwbacks. They're fake.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Do you see a touch here? I think that's just a shadow.
Yeah. Some of the glasses. I don't know if I see anything on either hand. It's either the right hand of Cook or the inside hand of Handline. Let's see.
Remember, initially called out. And we get a touch here in the back row. Is that Adams picking up a touch? Now the official challenge is unsuccessful. Point Atlanta, 22-14. Hoffman off balance, covered by Kojima. She'll throw it through, and Atlanta's right there. Grubbs cleaning up the cans, taking out the trash, bringing it back from the curb, whatever you need. That's 18 kills by number 17.
My goodness. She is just having a night.
Dixon, good job with the short serve again. Adams right in the seam. And it's been a while, about 45 minutes since she took a cut. Maybe an hour and 20, actually.
First swing. Tried to just groove that ball in.
That one will crawl over. There's something from Jordan Poulter. That is the first ace for Salt Lake City. Grubbs takes care of that, and we're at a set point for Atlanta. Look out. Jessica Grubbs closing in on 20. She has 19. Deals with the kill, second opportunity to close for Atlanta. Do you go to Grubbs? Just feed the hot hand?
I mean, I would, or you could go out of the middle.
Adams is left in the left front.
Yeah, I'd give her some time to warm up.
Sometimes it's a simple game.
Yeah.
They'll have to do it off a free ball. Defense to be played. Hayline misses. This is where I like just feed the hot hand. Don't overthink it. Don't try and be clever.
Not complicated.
But you need a pass to do it. Or you don't. Just pushing it through every which way that it can work out, it is. 20 kills on 28 swings for Tessa Grubbs. More importantly, her side. Love Atlanta with the victory in that set. They lead 2-1. They'll look to close it out in 4 for their second straight victory over Salt Lake City. Welcome back to the opening match of A Weekend with Love in Salt Lake City. Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell watching Atlanta open up a 2-1 lead, 25-18 in the third set in no short measure due to the play of Tessa Grubbs. 20 kills, hitting .610 efficiency.
I mean, it's something that you don't see every day, and certainly out of the opposite position. You want them to have big numbers, but what Grubbs is doing, she's doing on the left, she's doing on the right. We talked about this in the beginning. The opposites are going to have to have a big match, and Grubbs is winning this battle without question.
Her arm quick like a cat on the right side, on the left side, out of the middle back. It has not mattered to run off those 20 kills. And back to Tilly the cat, who we showed earlier. Tessa, I said, who feeds Tilly when you're gone? She said, automatic feeder, automatic water.
Yeah.
I've got cameras everywhere. Oh, well, how often do you check the camera? She goes, entirely too much.
Of course you do.
All the time.
It's your pet. Of course you're going to do that.
It's your family member.
It's your family. Little Tilly, waiting for a hug.
Salima Rockwell, head coach at Notre Dame. Let's put you on the sidelines right now with Tama Miyashiro and Salt Lake City. After that third set, destruction, which continues with the 21st kill there, blackjack for Tessa Grubbs. What do you tell your players, or what do you want to execute? What do you want to see in the first 10 points here?
Well, they have to just slow the game down. Like, they've let Atlanta kind of run the tempo and the pace of the match. So how can you do that? You control the pass it high, dig high, chop the ball to setter.
How about hit some people in the face?
Hit some people in the face. Oh boy, she actually got
Yeah, Fairbanks got hit in the face on that one.
I didn't see that.
Got a good shot to the left eye. They've started with their other setter, Tamaki Matsui, at the controls. They've started in the double sub. They've gone to Haiti Casanova and also brought in Maddie Haynes as Fairbanks gets some attention. This is a hazard of playing volleyball.
It is.
Even of announcing volleyball.
It is indeed.
Danielle Catino gave you a shot between sets.
That's all right. She didn't mean it. She apologized. But, I mean, part of that, the offense you have to hit the ball at the setter right now. Fairbanks is able to run whatever she wants, and that's what I would do. I'd start channeling balls in that half of the court, keep it out of the middle back, and force the ball to be out of system as much as possible, and the second person to set the ball.
Gia Day back in. Roll shot dug by Fairbanks. Day looking for hands, doesn't find him.
Let's see how many digs Fairbanks has, because I mean, that's what I would be doing right now. And I don't care if she has the most digs of the set, but you got to get them out of system.
Okay, feed her the ball. Miyashiro looking for some solutions here. 3 players change to the lineup. We'll see how Atlanta adjusts as well to the new players that are on the floor. Front row of Day, Jimerson, and Tessa Grubbs for Love Atlanta. Down the line, working on Haynes right away. And the block continuing to do work. Yeah, waving it off. Love that from Jimerson. Dikembe Mutombo is in the building.
Not today. Not today.
Tough deep serve ace.
Oh, that was
Hainline, best server in the German league multiple times, showing you her skills from the service.
Well, it was a brilliant serve because you saw Kojima is cheating all the way down the line, left tons of space. Watch this. She moved. She completely moved all the way to take that ball. Brilliant serve.
Salt Lake again off balance. Just getting there was Cook. Who will get a swing first? Gia Day, perhaps. Got it. So we have rolled from set 3 right into set 4 in terms of momentum. Atlanta has the stick.
I mean, they look like a well-oiled machine right now. You know, everything's efficient. The dig touches right now, the passing is good, offense running efficiently, and that's why, again, you've got to change it up. You got to tip on it.
Back line ace, Hainline, second one of the service turn, and it's 6-2. Wow, except for a 5-point stretch from 20 all in the second set, this has been an Atlanta show. High, bronze winner for number 33, Haiti Casanova, who has played everywhere. Cuba, France, Brazil, Romania, Ukraine, China, and Athletes Unlimited. The national team incorporated there for that decorated player. Maybe she can turn the tide. The crossbody is too much cross from Jimerson.
Jimerson a little bit frustrated, but you saw Haley Washington took away that power. She wanted to cut it back and hit it into the net.
Another service error from Salt Lake City, just not really getting a return from the line. 7 errors, 1 ace. On the other side, 8 aces on 10 errors. Now, if Grubbs could get her serve going too. Almost. Almost. So hanging tough is Salt Lake City. Just down 2. Casanova is capable of putting up some points in the only closed chain skill in the game. Kojima read that play. That ball too tight. Day trying to exploit the front row block of Matsui. Do they go right back to her? Yes.
Should.
Trying to chop over the line, and that sometimes is the case.
That is what happens. You can make some errors. Trying to go for it. Hey, I've got a small blocker on the outside. I don't know. She touched it.
Challenge called by Paulo Coco. If you're wondering, Tamaki Matsui, 5'6", out of Chiba, Japan, in the right front, leaving that substitution pattern, not going to the 6'2" right away as Tama Miyashiro.
We'll see if they do anything interesting. They switch block a little bit. But this is the hand she's going for.
Zooming in. They're going to have to let it roll just a little bit more. What do you think, Salima?
I think it just missed her. I really do. Yep.
The home crowd agrees, as do our officials. We have a dedicated replay official for the Hawkeye replay system, as that was expertly adjudicated by our crew.
And like you said, remember, they don't have to set every ball over here. They've had success all across the court, so just because you have a small blocker on the outside doesn't mean you have to send the ball there.
Casanova, Day eats it up, gets up off the floor. Kojima pops in, yes! Still alive. Outside, Drews. Hometown crowd ready to explode, go for it. There they are, the Beehive State population.
And sometimes it just takes a little bit of a change. Hey, let's try something different. Let's roll the dice here, mix it up, and force Atlanta to do something completely different than they've done the entire match.
7's on the board. Casanova, the last one was a bullet. That ball might have been down. Play on, challenge called. Now this is also a unique part of the challenge system, implemented internationally a number of years ago. If you want to challenge an action, within 8 seconds you must hit the button. You must challenge mid-play and risk the result of the play. And what do you think?
Oh yeah, it's down. I thought it was down from the beginning, but I mean, he ran, Coco ran, he sprinted. He's in really good shape.
On that hip replacement, he sprinted on that hip. I'm not sure his doctor is going to be okay with that move. The one-time setter, it does take a toll, everyone. What we have done for a living did not come with a zero cost.
It really, I mean, it's a risk. You know, I worry about my Achilles all the time. You make a weird cut, you never know what's going to happen.
Or step on a wet deck, for instance. Or a wet grate, as I did today. All right. Challenge successful, that ball well down, Atlanta. Looking for another point and getting it. How about that? Gia Day, 4th ace.
Now, and it's such an interesting serve. It's it's coming hard, but she hits the seams really well. So it's very difficult to decide who's going to play that ball in between the two passers.
Gia rolling Cole from the service line. That ball thrown down and over. Tamaki Matsui, welcome to the front row.
Haley Washington picks her up. I was that excited. I wanted to run up there and pick her up too. I knew it was coming. Let's go.
Ball's too tight, has to be handled, and it is by Cook. Bigger blocker would have had that. A 6'2" Jordan Poulter would have snacked on that ball. 10-8 Atlanta. Crowd trying to get a minute. Another tip over the top. Casanova there. Opportunity, Salt Lake City. Kojima, Casanova. International flair for the point.
Casanova with 2 or 3 digs in that entire rally. Here's the one pickup. She had a hard-driven dig earlier in the rally, and then she finishes the play herself.
Within 1. Washington, smile on her face. Ball about to be on her right hand from the service line. Looking for the tie. Crisp contact. Dug over. Washington with it. Grubbs, first one in a while, is long.
I like this change of pace and the change of action right now on the side of Salt Lake. Some phenomenal saves here. Washington all the way from the left back makes that pancake.
Yeah, they're serving pancakes right now. That's on the Love YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. You want to do a deep dive on some of the athletes. Serving pancakes has you covered. Hainline throws it. Casanova once again there. Needing a conversion. They got it. Haynes, the super sub right now.
Look at this. Everything working. Casanova playing excellent defense. We got a new setter in. And Haynes taking care of it.
Maddie Haynes, all-conference Pac-12, 2016-19s, played in Germany and Switzerland, originally out of Cal. Played alongside Tessa Grubbs for the last couple of years. Tessa said, yeah, I'm into crochet lately. I crocheted a beanie for Maddie.
Crocheting is a special skill.
Ball is called, initially signaled out, then reviewed as in. The officials, in fact, can call for an official review. You're not just stuck with your own challenges. The officials are allowed to review the play. They have an iPad up there. They have some video. I'm all about the play getting called correctly.
And Grubbs came in there just flying in that zone. Cook almost went in to hit that ball. Nice out-of-system play.
Fairbanks, good overpass there. Looking for hands. Calling it is Atlanta, and confirming it is our crew. And we'll have another challenge. As it stands right now, we'd be looking at a technical timeout. Instead, we have a challenge from Salt Lake City, first of the set.
I think Tori got this. I think.
Touch is confirmed. So that'll flip the score, 12-11 the other way, and that will be the technical timeout. Atlanta +1, trying to close it out in 4, all important with these back-to-back nights of play.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Classic. Tickets available now for the Love Classic February 14th to 16th. Go to LOVBclassic.com for more details. Get yourself to Kansas City. All 6 teams will be in action. Everyone guaranteed 2 matches. You're going to have an in-season champion here. The first in-season League One tournament, winner take all, next weekend. Let's revisit our Adidas scouting report. How's this worked out, Selena Rockwell?
Well, it's been interesting. Of course, we talked about Mackenzie Adams, who's been out. She came in just a little bit, but man, Day has really taken control of that. And Ronnie Jones-Perry, has not kept up the pace. That's something that Salt Lake has needed, but now they're changing some things up to get different opportunities. And the X factors in the opposite, it's been all grubs. All grubs.
Capital X. Casanova does not get hands that time, and Atlanta would love to stretch out right now and look to a slow, easy finish here in match number 1 on the weekend. Both these teams playing back-to-backs on back-to-back weekends. A lot of volleyball being played. Have to get off the floor as easy as possible. Drews steps in to set. Day with the dig, Cook with the termination, this time working off of Matsui. Back to that lethal efficiency now, 14-11. Atlanta kind of stretching their legs. Rachel Fairbanks got one in the left eye earlier. Vernie Pacheco came out, took care of her. All set. Outside. Cook this time rolls it over the top. And you talked about the danger of having a small blocker for swinging, but we've seen a lot of off-speed too.
Well, because the right back and the defense is going to be deep behind her to dig the hard-driven ball. So then if it's off-speed, it's really difficult for them to make that play.
Salt Lake City calls their timeout. We had the technical earlier. So Salt Lake City trying to slow down the momentum here as a little run for Atlanta has come at just the right moment. They have run off from 11-all, a 4-0 run to get to this point. Remember, Atlanta looking at another match coming up tomorrow. They're going to take on Madison. That'll be match number 1, so a short turn for the women of Love Atlanta. That'll be at 4:30 p.m. local time. That's Mountain. And then it'll be Salt Lake looking to take down Omaha at 7 p.m. A tall task against a very talented team in green.
These are hard.
Omaha.
These back-to-back matches and back-to-back nights and days are very, very difficult and taxing on these players that have, they put so much on their bodies, and they do this internationally as well. But this is a tough league.
Jordan Larson, of course, will be in action, the volleyball legend, now playing in Omaha this season. Ace service again for Fairbanks. The service game figuring huge as it has all year for Atlanta. That's now 10 aces, and Fairbanks picks up her 3rd.
Fairbanks has such a unique serve. She spins it to the right height for a float serve. Watch the spin on it, and then she strikes it and still gets a flat float on this. Very unique serve.
Poulter back in at the setting position for Love Salt Lake. Working on hands. Team's doing a lot of targeting here. Day with the left hand, but it'll be just wide as Cook with some quick footwork. Manages to get off the floor safely.
Fancy feet, moving back and forth. Oh, watch the swing inside the block, high off the hands.
Fields misses. Skylar Fields was having herself a heck of a match to start, but cooled off substantially. 10 kills on 25, but hasn't really had an impact about a set and a half here.
See if they get her the ball out of the back row. Poulter takes care of it herself.
That's why you put the 6'2" Poulter back in the front row. 17-13 Salt Lake hanging on. Maybe like a 2-finger grab if you're rock climbing. See if they can hoist themselves atop the summit here in the fourth. Ooh, down the line dead.
Well, that was with authority. Nice hard rip down the line by Day. It left her enough room between the block and the antenna.
Gia Day never apologized for greatness. Fields, middle back row, side out, plus a net. Still just 1 point for Salt Lake. They got to do some work, and now they are -4 with potentially 7 to go for Atlanta to close this match out.
And who could take over? It can be Fields, it can be Haley Washington right now. Those are the people you want to set, but you got to serve tough.
And you have to transition some balls. Day with another kill. Gia Day 13 kills now. Kelsey Cook with 12. Tessa Grubbs with 22.
They are passing perfect, allowing that space in the block for Day.
Grubbs would like to add an ace. Tipped over, pop back, better opportunity here. Overhead. I think you're going to get a touch here. I would issue a challenge, perhaps.
Not really.
Coco is not going to. That ball into the top of the cable. Lots of times you see that ball hit the cable and then on its way up, touch the block. Day and Cook with communication there, letting that ball go.
You can see their coach, Paulo Coco, over there, a little frustrated. He's like, we've got to start playing a little bit harder here. We're letting this get too close.
Trying to go inside the block as Drews goes a little bit too sharp, and that one is wide. Looking at the defensive numbers on this match, that certainly favors the women in pink from Atlanta. Good pass, inside slide, getting a little creative here. Trying to hang on.
That is one of her best swings. Watch Haley Washington going like she's going to hit a 3. You see she pulls the block and then comes right in front of the setter to hit that front slide attack.
Washington doing all she can. And there's the streak, perhaps. Well, nothing to be done with number 17 on the floor.
Absolutely on fire is Grubbs.
Yeah, Grubbs has been the offensive outlet, but you cannot pass it here. Salima Rockwell, 27 digs for Salt Lake City, 46 for Atlanta. And they have turned those into points. Washington rejected, ball still good. Hainline having none of it. 23. Jimerson trying to go short. Kojima picks it. Left hand again from a charging Day. Not there. What happened on that second contact? Who has to step in? Jimerson's in the left back.
Yeah, I missed what happened. I saw the dig and assumed it was going to continue the rally, and I lost my gaze.
Paulo Coco didn't lose his gaze.
No.
He is unhappy.
No.
That'll almost do it. Atlanta looking at a match ball. So Salt Lake City will have lost 6 of 7 sets to Atlanta should they close here. A grip of match point opportunities for Rachel Fairbanks and Love Atlanta. That ball is long. Where do you go? Cook on the left, Hainline in the middle, Grubbs on the right.
He really could go anywhere. They've been passing so well. I mean, if I'm Fairbanks, I see where the block is. Obviously, we know who the hot hand is. So we'll see if Grubb gets it over here on the left.
Grubbs, no. Cook instead. Cook with the kill. And Atlanta with the victory.
Despite one set getting away, it was a pretty convincing victory by Atlanta. They regrouped after that set loss and found their way back to winning the match.
In the attack phase of the game, 59 kills for Atlanta to 41 for Salt Lake. We just talked about the defensive numbers, 48 to 28 in the final box score. Block 9 to 6. They won all the categories serving, 10 aces to 1. And Tessa Grubbs, their top server, didn't even pick up an ace in this one. It was work done all around the dial by everyone else from the service line, but the net play was all about Tessa Grubbs. Line shots, ice cream cone tips, whatever you needed. 25 points for number 17. Filling the corner there and taking out the trash for her side. It is a clean house. All the garbage is out in the yard because Tessa Grubbs has carried it there. So final numbers for Grubbs, 23 kills. She comes in with an efficiency of 529. Gia Day getting a surprise start, 13 kills and a host of fantastic small plays. Kelsey Cook also checks in with 13 and 15 digs. A very round performance from the crew, and you can see Salima Rockwell getting set up with Tessa Grubbs, player of the match. Salima, all smiles, take it away. What a night for Tessa Grubbs.
Tessa Grubbs, you were the player of the match. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
A huge match for you. It was an incredible performance, 23 kills. Tell us what you were thinking, what's going through your head, what are you seeing out there on the court?
Yeah, my team set me up for some amazing plays. We've been working on it all week, so I owe a lot to them for helping me out this match a lot.
Well, you had someone play, Gia Day, come in, and she had to perform and talk about her play and what she provides for your team.
Yeah, Gia brought us so much energy every day. She brings such a good energy. She's such a great teammate, so I think that energy on the court tonight really pushed us, and having her there was amazing.
And after your set loss, what was the conversation on the sidelines, and how did you guys regroup to come back to win the match?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was us talking about we need to put the pressure on. We let things slip up a little bit, but we were able to turn it around, and that's what matters.
You absolutely were. Congratulations,
Thank you.
player of the match. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
the match, and good luck moving forward this weekend.
Thank you.
Tessa Grubbs finishes with a career-high 23 kills on 34 swings and adds 2 blocks, keeping Atlanta atop the league now at 5-1. They have won 5 straight to put themselves atop the League One volleyball standings. Tough one for Salt Lake. They go to 3-4. They are mid-pack, but we're looking at more volleyball action coming your way tomorrow. We have 2 more matches. 6:30 p.m. Eastern, that is 3:30. Get started early on the West Coast. Atlanta taking on Madison. Can they continue the roll? And Madison getting healthy, maybe at just the right time. They're looking for a midseason run. Then Salt Lake will face off with Omaha, and that is Jordan Larson right there. A couple of Nebraska legends on the screen for you right now. 9 p.m. Eastern, that will be match number 2 on the Women's Sports Network. Paulo Coco, his job as a coach is to be perpetually dissatisfied. So he'll be thinking about the second set, but that is it. 25-20, 23-25, 25-18, 25-18. Atlanta showing their dominance here in the Beehive State. For my partner, Salima Rockwell, and our entire crew bringing you League One volleyball. It has been our pleasure. to spend a Friday night watching some of the best players on the planet. We'll see you again for Saturday and more League One action.